How did Chicago's housing market do midway through 2025? I'm Scott Curcio from Baird Warner Real Estate, and I am going to tell you all about it today. We're doing this in two parts. First up is going to be our numbers, and then we're going to talk about some broader topics. What am I seeing in the market? Because I get questions all the time. Scott, is this happening? Is that happening? And we're going to hit a lot of random topics. So you want to stay through all the way to the end because I bet you're going to learn some stuff you might not have known before. So let's dive in. Our stars so far this year have been the condos. Average sales price of condos in Chicago are up 8% year over year from mid-year last year 2024 through mid-year 2025. And our number of sales are up 2.5%. Now market-wide, we've seen a little bit more inventory hit for sale this year. We've also seen increases in our average sales prices for our single families by a little over 12% and our multifamilies by 9.5%. But both of those were down in the total number of sales. Single families down just over a point, 2 to 4 units down just over 8%. By the way, that's me looking down at my notes because I got a good memory, but I can't remember all that stuff, you guys, right? So that's what's gone on in the numbers. Now I'm tossing that down on the floor. I wish you could have seen that. It really was a moment. What am I seeing in the market? There's been a lot of questions this year about the economic turbulence and the tariffs. Realistically, we haven't seen it impact our housing here. Are some people a little bit more hesitant? Yeah, but more than normal? No. There's always going to be a pendulum of buyers, people that are ready to go, do whatever it takes to win a property. Others that are a little bit more nervous and are going to take a little bit longer. Am I seeing on the ground a lot of people get really nervous about it? Frankly, no. A lot of people are still competing for houses. There are still a lot of multiple offers going on. We did see in some segments this year a little bit of slowing on that, but it's still happening. Recently, I had clients that were in multiples with 14 offers and 6 offers, and our team is seeing that across the board as well. So multiple offers are still alive and well, and that's in a lot of conflict to what you're probably hearing nationwide from the media, because a lot of markets are buyers markets now, and they're doing something that might be the case for us in another year or two, but isn't the case today. So it's going to be really difficult if you're watching the housing news. Housing media, they always like to have one story, and it is not a one size fits all. We are not like Florida or some parts of Texas or California or New York where they're seeing a return to a buyer's market. Hasn't hit us here. We are very much still across the board, and again, I'm speaking generally, a buyer's or a seller's market. Is there some little tings of buyer's markets in some subsets? Absolutely. Is it the whole, kit and caboodle? Not yet, and maybe not ever. We'll see. We need to have a lot more homes hit the market for sale to balance out the market, and we have not hit that. Which brings us to another story and another topic today. What is winning multiple offers for buyers these days? If you're going to bid on a property and there's a multiple offer, let me be probably the 18th person to tell you, or maybe the first if you only watch me, that you need to come to play. You need to put everything down on paper, even if you don't think it's going to be important. That means giving the seller the highest price, right? And if you're wise, you're going to feel out that listing agent or have your broker do that a little bit before a deadline, see if your offer is hot or cold and if where you need to be to get it done. If they're taking escalation clauses, great. Put a number on there that you know is sure to win. Get real aggressive with your earnest money, put a lot down, put it all up at front. You're gonna buy it without asking for a request from the inspection. I never recommend waiving inspection. I know I will catch some flack for that, but I don't wanna buy a house I haven't inspected. But a lot of people, if they have time, are coming and doing an inspection before they even submit the offer, if you can be that nimble, and then waiving the inspection period because you've done it. So that's another option. If you got a little bit of time on your side and you can get that done before a deadline, do it. You've got to throw everything against the wall that you can. Offer the sellers whatever they want in terms of possession, letting them stay for free. We're seeing that still a big issue. Also seeing a lot of people saying, you know what, there's furniture left, there's stuff you can't get rid of, leave it, I'll take care of it. Doing everything, trying to think of any little thing that would make you want to pick somebody. What's out? Love letters. Not really seeing a lot of them anymore. Some people still do them, and if you do, just make sure you're not talking about anything that could be a protected class. Not your marital status, your familial status. Don't include a picture of you with your dog or your kids. It's ripe for a fair housing violation. And a lot of realtors and sellers are saying, no, don't send those. So if you are, just be really mindful. Keep it about your love for the house, the neighborhood, what we call bricks and sticks. So multiple offers still very much alive and well. And again, if you are that buyer out there, be aggressive. You're not going to get a chance to come back to the table. So if you're not throwing everything against the wall, then you're probably not going to get it. And if you want to gut check yourself on whether or not that's the case, look at all the things you're offering and say, if I didn't get the house tomorrow, can I sleep at night knowing I put my absolute best foot forward? If the answer is yes, congratulations. If it's no, you might want to revise that offer. And lastly, interest rates, not even really a consideration or a topic we're hearing very much anymore. We've been in this zone for a number of years now. It's not news, it's not new to anybody. So they are what they are. Most people have accepted that, and if they're not and they're trying to wait, the challenge in doing that when your market's appreciating is every house you don't win, every house you don't get in a multiple means the next house is going to be more expensive. And if you bid against 10 people, 9 of them are going to bid against you again for the next one. So keep that in mind if you're buying a house. There's a thought process I keep in, which is if you can get ahead and be the winner here, potentially long term that's cheaper for you than if you have to keep competing because that's what the prices are doing. I'm Scott Curcio. There's your recap for mid-year. So far, Chicago and the suburbs having a really good time. Now, we didn't hit on the suburbs because that would take forever. So if you're watching this and going, I live in Park Ridge or Skokie or Evanston or Wilmette or Glen Ellen or wherever you are in the region, you send me a note. We will send you a mid-year update with just the numbers for your community. If we ran them off right here, we'd be here for a very long time. And of course, if you're looking to buy or sell a property in the city of Chicago or its surrounding suburbs, you know who to call. It's Scott Curcio Residential at Baird Warner Real Estate. My team and I will be happy to take amazing, exceptional care of you. See you next time.